Welcome back to the Andrea Giovino show. And we have Natalie Pantaleo back, and Toby's with us. And we also, what I wanted to go over, because I didn't the last time I reviewed the book, and there was a lot we didn't talk about, what it's like dating for you being a single woman. I really wanted your lying down with dogs. What kind of dogs did you lay down with?
Some big dogs, some little dogs.
All right. Some
hot dogs. You
All
name
right.
it.
Some poodles.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm more of a pit bull myself.
An equal opportunity.
So give me an idea of what it's like, because I don't date. I haven't dated in years.
Okay. So I could come out with a second version. The first version of the book was dating as a young person in a restaurant that was filled with money and men and opportunity and a lot of beautiful women. But mostly, I think the thread is to have a sense of humor, right? Mm-hmm. To look at things so everything is funny to me, and when the girls would tell their stories about the different escapades, and everybody always wants to catch the biggest fish, the guy that's the big spender is handsome, I'm going to take you here and there, and there was a lot of that.
Is it all an illusion, or is it real?
It's real, but it's a give and take. Everything's a give and take, right?
Right.
I get something from you, get something from me, and then when that gets out of balance, maybe you go a little quieter the next round or something.
And I know a lot of successful men, especially men, powerhouse men that have a lot of money, they love every beautiful girl in the beginning, and then once it wears itself out, they're on to the next. Yeah. Did you experience that?
Yeah, there's definitely, I think there's types, just like with women, right? Some of those love bombers, right? They want to give you're the best thing since sliced bread, and then the next minute's
they're off to somebody else.
Apple, the next shiny apple. But I would have to say I met some really wonderful people, men, when I worked there, and I watched some wonderful relationships, a couple Cinderella stories.
Really?
So I think there's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Nowadays, like dating now is, people say you should write a sequel to the book, which I already have an idea for the sequel. And by the way, it's more about death and dying, like a funny side of Italian funerals. But I might switch it up now that I have some dating stories to tell.
I think why it's so hard today, I don't date. I choose not to, but I think because social media gives access to everyone. Mm-hmm. So if you have the beautiful girl from a small little town, say in Iowa, that never got noticed, and now she starts posting all her pictures on Instagram and TikTok and social media. Now she's a celebrity.
Right.
Now she's got all these big fish coming after her of, wow, she's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Then you also have, the men doing it, posting their pictures and messaging. Mm-hmm. I get tons of messages. I delete them because I'm old school. I don't go in for any of that stuff. And I'm very leery of people. Mm-hmm. I don't trust many people, especially men, because I've had such a rough road in my life. So I think it's easier to date because they could just message them and then hook up with them in that town.
Right.
But then here's what I think. The stalkers that you have are going to be messaging you.
You see some of the stalkers that I get, like men, like it's sick. It's really sick, and I block them, delete them, or I'll show them.
Yeah, like unsubscribe to the channel, to the stalkers that are watching this, sending weird messages. Unsubscribe, because if I saw you on the street, it would be over for you.
I mean, they send some graphic things. I mean, I'm a grandmom. Come on, please, give me that much. Right. Have some respect, guys.
It is true though that when you put yourself out there publicly, like we're both very public facing. You're more so than me. When you put yourself out there, you write a book, you have a podcast, you're out there, so you're like fair game, I guess, for the crazies.
It's crazy. It's like it's insane. But given that, I think a lot of the relationships are also jeopardized by social media, because if you're in a relationship and then your partner is on social media and he's looking at all these, other women.
There's a lot of fake pictures. I mean, a lot of these men and women, they're done up, they're photoshopped on social media. They're Photoshop photos. Some of them are done with professional photographers. It's a whole different animal. You take makeup, you take a little bit of Photoshop, you take a professional photographer. I mean, look, we got professional photographers that come to the studio here. We know what they're capable of doing.
Right.
I mean, they
could do it on your phone with some good filters.
They're capable of making an ugly person look beautiful.
Right.
But the reality of it is,
everything is photoshopped. Right. It is.
There's this fake world that's out there right now of Instagram and of social media and.
I think a lot of that has been. Now, I never ever. I'm a woman's advocate. I always promote women to look their best and do their best. For me, I just talk about for me. I am someone that never has done anything to my skin or Botox or fillers or anything because I want to look like me. And if I have wrinkles, I'm supposed to have wrinkles at my age. I feel that Hollywood has given people this thing that you have to be competitive and if you're getting older, that's not attractive. Well, you could age gracefully and those wrinkles
I respect what you're saying, but I'm going to slightly disagree with you.
Go ahead.
In terms of if somebody wants to do something.
Yes.
It's one thing. If somebody wants to do something, if somebody doesn't want to do something, that's one thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's me. I don't feel that I want
beautiful skin. It's the
thank you. I don't feel like for me, I want to look different. That's the thing. I see a lot of these celebrities that go overboard. It changes who they look like. You don't even know who you are, and I feel like eating well, working out, even though I ate 3 slices of pizza, don't count that.
I mean, you saw it, you witnessed it.
You see, but then tomorrow I'll be running and I'll do it. But getting back to that, I think it's social media puts so much pressure on women mostly to look their best, to be their best. It's competitive. And then women are running out. Fix this, get this line, do this, do that. Yes, color your hair, stay fit, do the makeup, keep yourself. But that's it.
But here's a question I have, especially for a guy, when it comes to social media and pictures and all. If you're not a catfisher, if you're serious about wanting to date somebody or meet somebody, don't you think when you show up in person and you don't look like that picture, that they're going to
say, who are you? Exactly.
Right out the gate,
who are you?
Be like, I'm out of here. Because I have had that experience where I met somebody. I'm not on any dating sites or anything like you.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm so busy and independent, and I have to say I've been fortunate that, people come my way when they come by, I'm fortunate that way. But there's been people that either I didn't meet in person for some reason or another or whatever, and I get to them and they're like 40 pounds heavier than the picture, You're like, did you think I wasn't going to notice when I got here? And I'm not that vain,
and I love when they show their picture from 20 years ago.
Right.
That's insane.
I'm not sure, because I see a lot of women do this. So I have seen a lot of women do this, and I don't understand why. Right. Like, why are you putting out a fake picture
if you want to see
yourself,
me in person?
Exactly, because once you see somebody in person, if you look completely different.
Right.
I mean, I just don't understand, like what's the
why
catch? Would you do that? Why would you even do that to yourself?
Right.
Like,
you know why? Because they don't feel comfortable in their skin. And that's exactly what I'm saying. You have to really be comfortable in your skin. Mind, body, soul. You have to feel good about you. Yeah. Not worry about. I never worry what people think about me. Right. I could care less. I like me. And I think I can't date, if I wanted to date, to have 3 adult sons that are my bodyguards. They'd probably go, who's this? That's what they'd be saying.
That's our favorite word in South Philly.
Yeah. Who
and
is
you got to
this?
say it with the emphasis.
Yes. So, I'm in a really good place in my life. I'm happy. I got the grandkids brought me so much love and they entertain me. So, no, there's nobody that's coming in and taking over.
Yeah. But
so lying down with dogs, hot dogs, all types of dogs, small dogs, big dogs,
so
like you said earlier.
My grandmother used to say, I was raised on a saying and a song. Whenever they had, whenever we had a problem or anything growing up, if it wasn't answered with a line from a song or a saying, you're on your own. So my grandmother used to say, you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. And I say this, I love adventure. I'll get out with a few fleas. There's repellent.
That's right.
Shower after the little food bath afterwards. I'm not gonna shy away from adventure,
right.
but I do have. That's not to say that I would, be completely risky. I do have some good radar.
Okay. Yes. You could tune in.
Yes,
you know,
exactly. Within reason. I want to go.
Right.
I'd rather have the experience and something to write about in my next book.
Right.
Because there's a lot of dating stories in there, a lot of different. thoughts.
So with that, what did you learn? Because obviously, when you, and the ironic thing is, when you go into, it's almost like a celebrity restaurant that you worked in. It was a mob celebrity restaurant essentially that you worked in. Because you had all different types that went in there, from the average Joe to all different types of athletes and superstars and actors and mob guys and being around all of these different elements, and then also dating and seeing friends date different people. What did you learn from those experiences? That's what I'd like to know.
All right, let's see if I'm going to give you the one-liner from a fortune cookie. What I learned, my takeaway was that whatever you're looking for, you can get and find, but you might not realize all that you're asking for with that. Like, let's say you definitely want someone who is a businessman. You could find a businessman, but he might have all these other things, right? So I say, the more something you said, Andrea, the more authentic you are, I think, the more that you know yourself and you just show up as yourself.
You have to be real.
You're gonna track to who you are and where you are. So if you want money, you could find money. You might find other things with it. If you want just that, if you want just love, you just find love.
I think you just really have to be real and be comfortable in your skin, and then it'll just come. It'll just come to you. Of course, I could have had many different relationships. I choose not to because, like I said, I'm so family oriented that these guys. Now, summertime, they're at my house every day. My kids come, the grandkids come. My daughter, the babies are knocking on the door 7:30 in the morning. Grammy, you got my breakfast ready? I didn't even get out of bed.
Something you said in your book really resonated with me, though. You know how you said, like, everything that was missing in the previous relationship, you looked to replace or to fix in the next one, right?
Correct.
I kind of feel like I did that as a younger woman also. I feel like, I really hated this about this relationship. I'm going to find the next person. And I found that, and that's my point. Like, you can find what you're looking for, but I think you have to be more realistic that people are dynamic. It's not just, you're not just going to get that one quality. There's other qualities that come along with it. So
I think also, though, you have to fix yourself. If you have failed relationships and I have failed marriages, I have to think about also what could I have done better to, like, I'm confrontational and I'm a fighter. There were things that I could have walked away from. Not that marriage would have held together, because they say the 3 A's: affairs, abuse, addiction. I had all 3 of them in my last marriage: affairs, abuse, and addiction. So that's, you can't repair that. But if there's a marriage that you don't have those character defects in it, there are ways to fix it, but you have to fix yourself. You can't fix the other person. So I always try to learn and see in any relationship, really, even friendships, my kids, family, what could I have done or what can I have said in a better way before it escalated to be offensive or hurt someone's feelings? How could I have handled this in a better manner? That's basically.
I think that's true. I think that what you're saying really makes sense. If you have to have self-awareness.
You have to have self-awareness.
You have to grow from one relationship to the other.
You have to grow from it, and you have to learn from it. Learn from it.
But I'm completely mesmerized by somebody who marries their high school boyfriend and stays the test of time. It's like it's an anomaly now. It's like, how do people
it's
know
a blessing.
that that's the right one and you could stay with that person?
I think
as
it's
you grow
that,
and change.
Yeah, it's a blessing. A lot of times it does work, I have family members. I have a sister that's been married for over 50 years, Paula and Tommy. They have a great marriage. Some of them really work because there's respect for each other. And with everything, I think you have to have the Lord in your life for it to work. You really have to have a higher power, in your life, and the blessing from that, and take that real. And, you made your vows and all. And not a lot of people don't believe in that anymore.
Yeah.
They just don't. But we're going to close out with that. Thank you again. Lying down with dogs. It could be a poodle to a pit bull. Personally, guys, I'm the pit bull type. But we'll see you next time. Press the subscribe button. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
God bless.
God bless.
You.
Okay.
Thank you. That was great. It was fun. That was a fun.